Jasper Harris. During my time in the confirmation class, I've come to realize where I stand in the plethora of possible outlooks towards God. In fact, I think I've always felt this way, but only recently, being a part of the class and verbalizing my thoughts, have I acknowledged it. I believe in God, and for that matter, I believe in Judaism. Yet, for me, believing in God has always been more visceral than intellectual. Simply put, God's presence is something I feel in my core, not something I contemplate in my mind. So, in my experience, God just is when it's happening. What I mean is that for me, God is not an ongoing cerebral concept. It's a more in-the-moment feeling that takes on a holy quality. It's a nearly inexplicable sensation you can only comprehend when it's happening to you at that given moment. There have been times where I felt it by myself, resting in a hammock listening to only rainforest sounds. I was able to think so clearly, or maybe I wasn't really thinking at all, but I remember being overcome by the bright, unmistakable sensation I believe to be God, or at least a greater being or purpose. And while that experience sounds so personal, I've also felt it with friends. Last summer, at camp, my friends and I cried in front of each other after an emotional talk among the three of us. It was a moment of overwhelming love, compassion beyond words, and complete exposure that I'll never forget. It wasn't particularly happy, but it was beautiful, and there was a sort of invisible luminescence suspended around us that we all acknowledged, a moment that transcended. Although it seems this holy feeling tends to surface during rather momentous occasions, something I love so much about it is that it doesn't always succumb to seemingly significant moments. For instance, sharing uncontrollable laughter with my family wasn't the most remarkable thing that ever happened to me, but I was overwhelmed with the same amount of radiant fervor. In essence, God's presence is something that is not something that I feel, or is something that I feel around me, and experiencing it isn't something I've learned how to do. You can't teach someone how to have a holy experience. It just comes naturally with time, often when you least expect it. I love the way I experience God. It's so unanticipated, so lustrous, so blissful. There are no boundaries or standards, and there's no one to tell you that you're not feeling it. Because the odds are, if you think you're feeling it, if you know you're feeling it, then you probably are.